Welcome back to Podcast Badly. We've got a special guest. Say hello, special guest.
What up?
Okay, never mind. Podcast music. That was some podcast music. How are you doing?
I think segregation could be a useful tool in this society. We're just not properly utilising it.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
wow.
welcome back to Good Bits Come Morning.
Come on. Yo, Rhett, what do you think about segregation? Well, Link.
Jesus Christ. This is a whole different podcast to that, isn't it? Wow. Oh,
Let's
so
talk about belly buttons.
normally there's only been 3 appearances on this podcast, on this show, on this channel, on this what? Who am I?
On this channel.
Where are we?
Well,
Normally it's me and Judd. Sometimes Gamer Girl 69 Helena comes on.
Gamer Girl 60. Does she sell Gamer Girl P?
But who are you? Who are you over there?
How'd you get in? Did you leave the fucking
Who's that?
door? Did you leave the door open again?
This is the start. It's gaming week. It's what we did first. PewDiePie copied us. Right. This is the start of gaming week.
Yeah.
No.
I bet when PewDiePie had his gaming week, he wasn't sat on the floor.
He could have fallen off chairs for
I
everything.
am enjoying that. I'm sat on my regular desk. I've got a second desk for music production, and I'm
we sat
still
on the
making
floor.
you both sit on the floor.
I'm using a cookbook as a mouse mat. At least it's not jizz, right?
It's great. It's like a frat house. I was just telling you that me and Judd want to start a series called Frat Hacks.
It's just like if you can't play beer pong because you're too poor, play like, I don't know where that was going.
Well done. You are not invited to Frat Hacks.
That was
I don't want to
fucking
be invited to
incredible.
frat house. Everyone's dirty.
I'm dirty. Now we get scabies from
Cal
it.
fucking turns up here with like 10 chicken breasts to put in the fridge. Just have a pot noodle like everyone else, you fucking spaz.
Hot noodles suck.
Well, we've got a good story for the stream today, haven't we, Judd?
Are we jumping straight into my spiritual awakening?
Well, I feel like we should save that for sort of last, because you had a few different dreams,
I
didn't
did,
you?
yeah.
We'll start with...
I hope you didn't sweat while you were having these dreams, because I'm going to sleep in that bed.
Yeah.
I might have sweat a little.
Currently, Betty's in that bed as well, so there's been
but
3
I'm
different
fine.
people in the
There's
bed.
been 3 different types of animals in that.
Yeah, so start with this, because Judd's had 3 dreams, 2 that were funny and 1 that were like a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna quit because I'm playing Hearthstone right now, and I'm gonna quit it just so I can like get into the mood to tell this.
It's just time for me to go take a shit.
I think you should say that like the second funniest one, then the funny one,
Then the spiritual awakening one. Yeah, no, that's what I was planning.
and
on
also
doing.
that weird one that was obviously caused by hereditary. Like you can say last
Yeah.
because.
Okay,
Yeah.
so last night I got like probably the most decent sleep I've had in ages, because I usually wake. Well, I waked up during this, but
Waked up.
I
You didn't
waked
woke up.
I waked up. I got like a good night's sleep, like a deep sleep, 11 hours, and it was just nice. But because of that, I was having really fucking weird dreams. The first one, I don't even know if I want to mention the first one, because it's not entirely funny compared to the other ones.
Yeah, that's why you start with that one and build up.
It's
The shit one.
Yeah, it's just shit.
If you want the funniest one, you got to stick around. But no, they were all interesting.
Well, I mean, okay, so the second one I had, I'll leave the first one for second, because that was just fucking hilarious, that one. But it was the second one I had. It was just in like this big W.H. Smith's shop, and there was like this abandoned sort of a wing of it.
W.H. Smith's.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the
why?
bookstore.
Like the book shop.
Yeah,
like the
but-
bookshop.
Why?
I don't know. It's a fucking dream, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's always a reason why these things show up.
I like
Well,
books.
you need to hear the whole story before you get to.
But so I was in it, and I was like, there's this weird fucking abandoned wing over here, like of just
W.H. Smith's.
yeah, W.H.
How
Smith.
big was this W.H.
It's
Smith?
massive.
Like
It's a fucking
the IKEA
massive.
stores, but it's W.H.
Yeah,
Smith.
yeah. It was like I could get lost in here for a day, and I'd like not come out. I'd come out and not have explored it all. But it's like, so I was like, I'm gonna go to this fucking abandoned wing of W.H. Smith's, like I was in the abandoned wing of Arkham Asylum or something. It's all grimy and stuff. I'm like, all right, okay, let's see where this is going. But there was still like items like up for sale in it. So I'm like, right, okay. There's no security anywhere. There's nobody walking about. I'll just fucking steal a load of stuff. Like, who's gonna stop me? There's nobody fucking here. So, I'm like,
hang on, you went into the W.H. Smith's, it was a
Yeah.
massive W.H. Smith's, and you went to an abandoned wing,
yeah.
and you just stole stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, right, gonna steal some shit.
Was it
So-
just like books and shit?
Well, for some reason
It
there
was
was
W.H. Smith's.
Yeah,
You know what's
Yeah,
in
but
there?
why would you...
Because it's free. I mean, it's not free.
Well, it's not free.
But
It would be really easy to get away with it. It's not no one's fucking looking.
With the powers that be, I can make it free.
Also, it is a dream. He didn't actually go do this. Do you know what a dream is? Because it's not real. It's when you're asleep and you see things. He didn't actually do this for real.
So wait, can you see?
He looks really confused now. You sat there going, huh?
I've never had a dream.
Oh.
The Razor's just asking for my soul. I'm trying to install it. It's like, can we text you? And then when you click no, it's like, can we email you? And you go,
Can we?
no. Can
Interesting. Right, carry on.
Can we text you and also drag your souls into the deepest
Yeah, I was gonna say,
depths of
just have
Tartarus?
Razor. Yeah.
But so I was just like, right, I'm just gonna steal these fucking books then. So I get to this one part and I'm like, hold on.
Can you remember any books? Like specific?
Well, I'll get to that. So I get to this section. I'm like, hold on, this is hentai. This is, I'm like, all of these books are hentai. So I pick up this one, and I think it was called something. I don't know if this is a real hentai or not. I've no idea, but it was called like baka, which I think it means like idiot in Japanese.
Okay.
I'm not a big weeb. I'm sorry. I promise you, I'm not. But I was just like, okay, this one looks fucking disgusting. I'm gonna take this one. So the second I like snuck it away into my bag. Sorry. Oh, that was you. Okay. The second I snuck it away into my bag, this woman was just like, "Oi, what do you think you're doing?" I'm like, "Fuck!" She's just calling me stealing hentai. So I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, "Are you gonna pay for that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't want to be carrying around, hentai like round the shop with me, and everybody see that that's what I'm buying. So I'm just putting it in my bag to get out and like pay for later." And she's like,
pay for this hentai.
yeah. And she's like, okay, no, I can understand that then. That's fine as long as you're paying for it. But now because we've had this conversation, I can be the one that like rings you up and you can buy it off me, so it's a little less awkward because I already know what you're getting. I'm like, all right, okay, that's cool. This isn't the outcome that I wanted. I wanted to steal some free shit. I didn't necessarily want the hentai, but it's just free. But I'm just like, all right, I've got myself in this situation. I'll fucking go with the ramifications. So I'm walking with this woman, and we're walking for ages. I'm like, we're not going anywhere near the fucking tills here. Where are we going? And then she just opens the bathroom door and like looks at me and I go, "What the fuck's going on? Why are we at the bathroom? I thought I'm gonna pay for this hentai." And she's like, "You know what's going on." And I just look at her and I go, "Oh!" and then I just woke up and I was like, "Oh fuck! I didn't even get to the sex bit.
I didn't even get to the
sex bit. I got caught stealing fake hentai in a dream. I didn't even get to have sex." Then that was the one that's like a bit funny. Then the next one was...
Hold on, before you tell that,
yeah.
Cal, I'm just checking audio. Can you just like say something again right now?
What was it? Fabergé eggs?
Fabergé eggs.
Fabergé eggs.
Okay, wait, I need to wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're quiet. You're just a quiet person, aren't you? Yeah, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That's your own fault as well. For being quiet, look at that. If you don't know what's going on right now, I tried to adjust the microphone slightly, it just fell.
It's just giving up on that. You need me to tighten it?
No, you can't. That's
Can you
my
not-
point. No, don't. Just stop messing about. Sit down, you stupid bastard. Oh, look what you did now. Oh my god.
That wasn't even me. Whoa.
Right, Judd.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Carry on. While this fucking...
Yeah, I've done it now. I've done it now. Carry on.
While the oh.
This is all your two's fault.
Carry on while the Hindenburg's fucking crashing before my very eyes.
Yeah, carry on.
Right, okay, so the second... Well, no, this was the first dream, that was the second dream, it was just the least funny. So, the first dream that I had in the night was, Jake basically was like, yo...
Actually, Judd, shut up. I don't like you.
Alright.
No, Cal, say Fabergé eggs.
Fabergé eggs.
Now say it again.
Fabergé eggs.
Now say it again.
Fabergé eggs.
Say it with some fucking gusto, man, come on. Fabergé eggs. Fabergé eggs, like that.
Fabergé.
Right, okay, this is good.
What's
Judd, carry on. Fucking hell. This is why it's called Games Badly and also Podcast Badly. It's all bad. It's all awful.
So Jake was just like, yo, come watch this video that I just finished editing. I'm like, alright, okay, I'll come watch it. And he was like, oh, originally it was gonna be about because for some reason he was getting so pissed off at like how many Five Nights at Freddy's games there were, and there's like 6 or 7 in there.
There's a
There's
lot.
fucking loads, and
Yeah.
for some reason in this this dream, it just really pissed you off. So you're like, I'm gonna just make a fucking parody of it, but something else happened. So I'm watching it, and the video is just like, it's at night, and there's this guy who's like completely naked, apart from like, oh, by the way, the video was supposed to be called Fast Bear 69, which is a fucking, which is great. So there's this dude, just like naked apart from, he's just in his boxers, and he's got like this big sort of Freddy Fazbear head on. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's got one of them on. And then I don't know. And then it's in the middle of a road. It's pitch black, and Helena and Jake just come out of nowhere and start kicking the shit out of him, like proper beating him up. Like this guy's bleeding and everything.
When was the last time you went to a therapist, Jake?
That I went to a therapist.
No,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
get a therapist
I can't.
anymore.
No, they banned me. From all of them, everyone.
They're all talking to each other in the big therapist group.
Yeah,
chat.
they have a Discord server.
Yeah, they're like, fuck this joke.
They're like, no, not this one. Keep talking about Fabergé eggs and Freddy Fazbear.
Because for the people who want to know what Fabergé eggs is on the podcast, that's our like test word for the audio. Cause it's, I mean, just say it right now out loud.
Fabergé eggs.
Oh, it's just so fun.
Fabergé eggs.
It's nice to say
I
that.
don't
Isn't
say
it?
it makes me feel dirty.
Fabergé eggs. When we first tested like this setup, it's a jank-ass setup. The reason why the audio's kind of shit is because we're trying to use one mic to record everyone in this room, and the reason when we were testing out to see if it'd just at least work, even if it didn't sound great, if it was good enough, we went on to say quiet Fabergé, slightly louder. A bit more Fabergé eggs.
Bit more
Normal
Fabergé
talking
eggs.
Fabergé eggs.
Oh, we're normal.
Now
We're talking about
slightly
Fabergé
loud
eggs.
Fabergé
Oh,
eggs. Getting louder Fabergé eggs.
Louder
Loud Fabergé eggs.
Fabergé
Loud
eggs.
Fabergé. That's full on peeking at this. Cal's on the floor crying. Oh, carry on with this story.
Right, okay, I'll get through this quickly. Because, like, dreams are, like, a weird thing to talk about, aren't they?
I think
Because
people like listening to dreams.
I'd
they're
say
interesting.
the majority of people don't give a shit about other people's dreams. I'd say that's
I don't
Well,
even
you're the
remember.
determining factor in this vote. Do people care about dream stories
It
or not?
depends if they're any good or not.
These are
But
very
this one
good
involves
dream stories.
hentai, so it's...
well, this is the next one. This
Well,
is
I
about
know,
Freddy
but just
Fazbear.
this dream catalogue that you had.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
it's good.
This
Involves
fucking saga of dreams.
It
last night.
It
Jesus
was.
Christ.
You had like 4 separate dreams.
I did, yeah, and I have nights like that where I'll have dreams inside of dreams, and we'll get onto that because that happened.
I've
with
done
the-
that before, that
yeah.
was not fun.
No, it's not fucking fun. It's quite scary actually. 'Cause
Well,
you're
I
like,
thought it was pretty fun until like I woke up into sleep paralysis. That wasn't
yeah,
brilliant.
I've not had that yet. If I have that, I'm fucking killing myself.
Anyway, so recap this one.
Okay,
so
so-
I was making a video and showed you the edit, and it was supposed to be complaining about Five Nights at Freddy's,
Yeah.
and we're beating up this guy
Yeah,
with
you're just beating up this dude with like a Freddy Fazbear head on that's like completely nude apart from boxers. You're just beating him up in the street.
And for context, people who listen to the podcast might not know, Helena's my girlfriend. So.
Yeah, oh sorry, yeah, Helena's your girlfriend.
And so there's me and Helena beating up this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, like proper kicking him as well. And he's like on the floor, you can hear like muffled cries coming from like the suit. And then out of nowhere, this car just comes barreling down this road that they're on. And Jake just manages to get out of the way. But Helena and the guy in the suit get hit by this car. So
Well, when Jude told me this, he told me that I went, oh shit.
Yeah.
And just let them get hit.
Yeah, you didn't like dive to save Helen or anything. You just like fucking narrowly missed it. And the way he edited it on this video, you know that bruh sound effect.
Helena's barreling over the car.
Yeah,
And he's going, bro.
yeah. It's like this sort of remix, or just like him going like bro.
Like Obi-Wan versus General Grievous, but every time they hit lightsabers,
Yeah, it's like bro.
Yeah.
He's like that, so he's just going bro, and he's like slowed it. He's like repeating the car hitting him. He's zooming in on Helena's face, going like oh, and he's just been hit. He's zooming in, he's going bro, and then like random stock explosion effects, and then like he's
like
zooming.
the ones from Star Wars.
Yeah. And then he's zooming in on his face, like going because he just missed this fucking car, and he's like playing boing like shit like stuff like that. Fucking bro. In this dream, I'm like laughing. I'm like, that's really funny. That's like the funniest one you've done. And he goes, this ain't funny. I'm like, yeah, this is hilarious. This is like comedy gold nowadays. And he's going, this is meant to be a video tribute to my dead girlfriend. What the fuck do you mean it's funny? I just look back at the street, it's like, So that was the first one I had. I woke up after that at like 3 a.m. I was like, that's hilarious, and I need to piss. So that was the first.
So that's a great time to have an ad break because we have ads on the show, don't we? Yeah, we don't. We don't have ads. No. But I do like to mention that if you're watching this after the fact, you can watch it at YouTube, and it's more Jacob Fox on YouTube. Then if you want to watch it live, it's twitch.tv/gamesbadly. This is the point where Cal's gone to have a shit, so it's
No, just a piss. No shit, not yet.
Can I watch?
Nah,
Go make sure he does it right.
Yeah, I'll go make sure he does it all right.
Me have a piss.
Go on.
No, but we're also, you might be listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music. There's
Wait.
both places you can get it.
Do you want to hold it for me?
I can hold it for you.
There's links in the description of all those places to check out a bunch of cool shit. Yeah? Yeah. Buy some merch. I'll get 2 pence. It'll be great.
Actually buy merch.
Please buy merch.
Please, God. Please.
It won't support us anywhere near as much as most creators.
Well, if we share all like revenue 50-50.
We don't share the merch revenue.
Do we not?
No one's bought it, but no, that's mine.
Oh, right.
I did all the
Fair
designs and put them on there, so I'm having it.
Because I was just gonna say that'd mean we'd get a penny each. That'd be awesome.
No, I get 2 pennies because you did fuck all.
Yeah. I do fuck all on this.
No, you're there. Look, you're on
Well,
screen. That means 50-50.
Fair enough.
Literally, if we do get any donations and things, we've had a few. We barely get anything on Twitch when we stream live, but we split it 50-50, and the workload is not split 50-50 at all.
I did say when you said let's split it 50-50. I did say to you it should be more like 80-20 to you, like.
Yeah, but the reason why I wanted to do it 50-50 is because it's just easier for a start. And I enjoy doing it, but also the whole reason this sort of Games Badly thing was created was essentially for, if it went well, then you would just do it.
Yeah, I just like...
It would just be your thing, because you play games more than me and all of that. But the thing is, lately, it's turned out, actually, for me, doing like 90% of the streams, because I've been playing Apex so much, and it's a game that is good for streaming, so I've just thought, well, I just may as well be streaming when I do it. So, but yeah, those are all the ads. Cal's still crouching outside being weird. I don't know what he's doing that
Do you
for.
just take a shit on the floor?
The fuck are you doing? He's just stood outside being weird. Are we in Hereditary right now?
Yeah,
This is
The fuck is going on?
Do this on Hereditary.
They would. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Just
my
come back
ass
in
is.
here and sit down, you fucking idiot.
I woke up and I was covered in gasoline, and so was my son, and I was gonna set us on fire. That's what you fucking say.
My
Right.
ass hurts.
Sit back down, you dumbass. There's beanbags right there.
Oh, I need to move this.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do it for you.
No.
Fucking hell. No, you're gonna fuck everything up.
Why
You
is
don't
it so-
see exactly. Fuck off.
You get pissed off so
Jesus
easily.
Christ.
You need to have.
I
a
get pissed
spiritual
off
awakening.
easily. I don't get pissed off easily. You just do so much shit to me that pisses me off. That's gonna have peaked real loud. It's gonna be great on
it's
the
gonna
podcast.
be bro.
Right, sit down on your fucking dinosaur beanbag, you dumbass, while Judd tells you another story.
This is the big one. This.
Sit down and listen to this fuckwit tell me about his dreams. Yeah, okay.
This is babysitting extreme right now.
You babysitting the extreme right. I'm not Judd. Like.
Right, this is the corker. This one. This is the fucking knock 'em dead. It's not. I don't think it's fun. It's still a bit funny, isn't it? But not really.
I guess, but it's also quite poignant because it's
Yeah.
actually relevant to your life.
Yeah, but so I had a third dream where basically at the start of the stream, for some reason I got pissed off at somebody and I stabbed them, and then one of their mates came and like stabbed me or like slit my throat or something. So I'm like, right, okay, this is it now. I'm going to fucking bye-bye land in the sky. I'm laying there. I'm like, right, here it comes. The soul's exiting the body. Here we go. And I'm laying there for a bit. I'm like, fucking hell, this is taking a while, isn't it? I'm like, this guy's just stood up at me and he goes, hey. I'm like, all right, mate, what's up? And he's like, you're dead. I'm like, oh, did it happen? Has it just happened? And I like, sure enough, I get up and my body's still there. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it's happened. And so it's just like, and it's just like, yeah, we're gonna take you on like the 7 things that you did wrong in your life, like the main things, and I'm like, that seems a bit arbitrary, but all right, it's a bit hard to point down 7 things. But the first one was like, it was like anger. Why are you so angry at the time? Why do you get so angry at everything? And I'm like, well, I don't know. People just piss me off. I guess if people are pissing me off, I'm gonna get angry. And it's like, well, it sort of did the same thing for sadness as well, which I think is a bit of a cop out, especially when it's your spiritual journey. But anyway, it was just like if you're getting pissed off at stuff, surely instead of just sitting there and get angry, you should find ways to like learn from that experience and either help that person with what they're struggling with, or you can learn from what they're doing wrong and learn not to do it in your life. And I'm just like, alright, okay, yeah, I guess you're right. It would have been nice to hear this stuff when I was still alive, but fucking hell, whatever. I guess I'll learn it now.
I said it'd be funny if in the dream the guy went, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, we've had this all
we should have
backwards.
been doing this for eternity.
But then he did like the same thing with sadness. Like sadness is like, why were you sad all the time? It's like because sad stuff kept happening to me. Like there were a lot of stuff in my life that was really sad. And it's like I understand that they were sad, and it's okay to be sad in that moment. But the fact that you keep carrying that burden with you doesn't make it any better. You need to understand what went wrong, learn from it, and build your character
It's
from
legit
it.
gone like a legit spiritual journey.
Yeah, it's been so weird, and I'm like. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess, like, if you're sad in the moment, that makes sense because that's a normal human reaction, but it's not healthy to carry that stuff around with you, is it? So it's like, it's good to, like, move on from it.
Did you actually meet God?
I might have met God. I might have met God, yes, last night. I don't know. And then there was stuff like with... God, I can't... It was like... anger, sadness. It was basically Inside Out, for fuck's sake. But it was like fear, disgust, anger. God, one of them was like love, and I think love fucked me up the most because it was like show me all the people that I'd like loved in my life, and like it was like, did you love this person? And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, did you really though? Did you actually love them? And
your dreams suck. Like I'd wake up from this and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no,
This is great. He's actually changing him for the better.
Because I'm like, what do you mean did I love them? Yeah, I loved them. It's like, did you love them though, or were they a distraction to pass the time? It's like you said, I love movies.
Yeah.
I used to love playing video games.
Used to.
Yeah, used to. I don't anymore, but fucking games badly, so.
Games are badly.
Games are badly.
Games are quite badly.
It's...
Come on,
so they were like...
Doom Eternal, let's go.
They were like... So it's like, do you love them, or are they just a distraction? And I'm like, well, I felt like I loved them, and if love is more than that, then I guess I've never loved anybody. It's like, well, you love your parents, really.
This
like,
would really suck, having a wife for like 20 years, and then
it's
you wake up from this dream and go,
you're like,
oh shit, now we're divorced.
Son of a bitch! But it was just stuff like that, and God, what were the other 2 I had?
You didn't tell me the other lessons you learnt on that. Those were the only ones you told me. But I remember you telling me like that you'd only done 5 out of 7 of them.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, I'm about to wake up, and she's like, oh, well, you'll have to come back then.
yeah, because she's like, oh fuck, I feel myself waking up. What? I've only learnt 5 out of the 7 lessons, which 2 of them must have been shit because I can't even remember what they were. But
you just skipped them. You just got to me like, oh fuck it.
They went Thea. I went nope next.
Nah, I'm good.
But no, they were like, I felt myself waking up. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to wake up. I want to stay here and I want to learn the last 2 lessons. She's like, don't worry, we've got an eternity to cover this shit. It's fine. I'm like, oh, thanks. And I just
was this last night?
This was last night. This was all last night.
You better not fucking wake up in the middle of the night and just go.
I'm gonna wake up
just like silently scream.
I'm gonna go, Jake, Cal, I've got it. I understand life. What is it? Just lots of DMT.
Joe Rogan was right all along.
You could interview a bear, and the bear is just like,
like,
have you done DMT?
Have you done DMT? Has this bear done DMT? But this, so I woke up from it, but there was that was the spiritual awakening one, which I actually am gonna like try and take into my life now. I am gonna like try and stop getting so angry.
It's
and
so
sad
crazy
all the time.
that like there's so many like people who obsess over shit like spiritual awakening, like, oh, I do yoga,
Yeah.
Actually, just speaking of yoga, go to Sanctuary Yoga Studio in Wakefield. It is good for your yoga, but
Yeah,
just for
what
the
was
purposes
that-
of this.
What was that plug?
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just go there, it's good.
Okay.
And so there's so many, like people who are like, oh, I don't have gluten, or I'm vegan for all of that sort of spiritual reasons and all that stuff.
All that stupid shit.
There's like people who go to Burning Man, like, like they do like the weird shit there,
Yeah.
and they don't get that level of spiritual awakening in their life.
No.
Judd, the fucking sesh rat that he is, ended up just by chance, just as a dream.
I just had a spiritual awakening by fucking chance, and it was great. And I am gonna take it in.
That's how lucky Judd is. Like, people go searching all their life for that type of shit.
I'm-
Judd just happened.
Were you drunk last night?
No.
No, he
No.
didn't have anything to drink.
I think I had like half a beer. That
So
was
you
it.
weren't even drunk. You weren't wired.
I went
or
high. I didn't have no.
No.
So
It's
I
crazy.
just I fell asleep. I had a really good night's sleep, and I found out the meaning of life. Just
No,
stop.
no. You nearly.
Yeah,
found
you
out.
got a couple
I'm,
more
I'm
steps, but you're
two
nearly
steps away from finding out the
You
meaning
know
of
what's
life.
gonna really
Yeah.
suck if you never have that dream again.
Oh,
never
no.
Oh no, but that in itself is a lesson because stop worrying about the past.
Maybe there
that's
is no
the
meaning
next
of life.
lesson.
I'm dreaming.
Master
You turn around and we're not here.
Well, but the
It's
right.
fucking Inception. He just falls back.
It's like everything's kaleidoscopy and everything's like made out of
And you
Rubik's
look at
Cube.
your hands and go, oh shit, didn't realise that.
You hold them up.
my hands are snakes.
Oh dear. But you told me about that sort of dream you sort of midway through.
Yeah, it was like halfway through the spiritual awakening one I had. So it was like dream, I want to say like 2.5. But it
that
was,
would be 3.5.
would it be
but it's
3?
fine.
No, because 3 hadn't completed. So
Yeah, it's me who's being stupid. That's fine. Don't worry about that.
so it's you as being stupid while I talk about my dreams about W.H. Smith and Helen getting hit by a car and finding Christ.
Bro.
Boing. So funny. I genuinely woke up
You
from
need to
that
actually
laughing.
make this. Can we
Yeah,
run around
please
for it?
make Fast Bear 69 for fuck's sake, please.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so there was this weird sort of in-between dream that I had when I was having my spiritual awakening, when I was having my sesh on DMT, and it was like, I was sure this was so real, like I'm still convinced this actually happened. I was like, laid in that bed, I was turned on my side, and Jake opened the door, and he goes, Jordan, get up. Jordan, get up. We have to go do something. Jordan, get up. And I'm like, ignore him.
Just
I'm
walk
just gonna...
outside and someone's burning on a car.
yeah. Well, no, because I'm halfway through my spiritual awakening. I'm on step 3. Just fuck off. I just pretended I was still asleep. I just didn't even respond to it. He's like, get up, and I'm just not responding. He goes, fine then, you fat bastard, I'll go do it myself. And he slams the door. I'm like, whoa, that was so fucking important, whatever that was. And then I fell back to sleep. But then I woke up and I was like actually woke up in real life after I had my spiritual awakening.
How do you
dream.
know?
I don't. I've been biting my lip to see if I can feel pain and nipping myself
You
all
need
day.
to come up with a totem.
Yeah, like an inception.
And this
Well,
thing
it
that-
was fine because he spilt a Cheerio on the counter this
Yeah,
morning,
he, span
and it
for a
it
bit.
fell.
Oh, right,
It
okay.
didn't keep
no,
spinning.
No, but it could do.
Oh, shut
that's
up.
not
I
the
know-
totem.
Oh, yeah, but your joke doesn't abide by the rules, so I don't like it. Fuck you.
No,
shut
what
up,
I'm trying to
Yeah,
psych him
yeah,
out.
stupid.
He's
Stupid
just
idiot.
sat there going.
I know
Wait.
what my totem is. If I play a game of Hearthstone and I win, then I'm still
you still
fucking
dream.
dreaming.
Yeah, if something reasonable happens in
There's
Hearthstone.
genuinely totems are real things.
Yeah,
That people
it's
that
what
do
people use,
lucid
isn't it?
when
Yeah.
you're doing lucid dreams, your hands go all wavy when you're in a dream. You don't realise, but if you ever look at your hands, you'll be like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? So doing things with your hands like that, or I can't do it now. That would
What
fuck
doing
me
the
over.
fucking fusion hand?
No, but just doing that, you won't be able to do in a dream. So if
Yeah.
you do it enough during the day, every 5 minutes or
Just so
something,
you know,
just subconsciously.
when you say doing that on a podcast, people can't really tell
Yeah,
what you mean.
it's not-
what is it called? It's you put the fingers down and you twist your hands
It's
around.
just some
You
weird
put the
finger
middle finger
movements.
down and then
Yeah, you put a
twist
finger
your
down
hand.
and twist your hand
I
around.
can't do it in now time. But yeah.
But if you do that enough, you'll get to a
Yeah.
dream and you'll subconsciously do it, and you'll go to do it and you'll be like,
Can't
your
do-
hands
can't do
will
it.
melt into each other. But
Your hands
oh,
will turn
shit.
into Drax from Infinity War.
Yeah, the thing is though with lucid dreaming, like I've only managed to do it a couple times, but it's one of those things where the first time you do it, you'll realise you're dreaming and that'll fuck you up and your heart rate will spike and then you'll wake up.
Yeah.
So it's the whole thing of like realising you're dreaming and then being calm about
I've,
it.
Yeah,
to-
and staying
I've
in the
totally had a Bruce Banner moment when doing my first lucid dreaming though, because you know how you said you wake up because your heart spikes, it kind of wakes you
dream.
up?
Yeah.
Well, my heart rate's always high, so it didn't make a difference. It's like, that's my secret cap.
It's just like
I'm
you get
always
stressed out, so
angry.
your cortisol level goes like whoop,
Yeah.
and then you go whoa shit, and you wake up. But it's weird because you feel like the whole Inception thing is based on reality. Like it feels
Yeah.
like you're falling through water. Like I can tell you about my actual lucid dream and then the double
Yeah.
like Inception thing after you finish it.
Well, no, I was just gonna say that the thing is, because that felt so real, that little in-between dream thing that I had
Yeah.
with Jake, that I like.
Might have been
I
sleep
like-
paralysis.
Maybe it was like a sleep paralysis thing. But isn't it weird then that instead of sleep paralysis, I instead of envisioning a scary monster, I envisioned you. Does that not speak for you?
I'm your inner demons.
You're the
the
monster
thing
that
is
hides
with-
under my bed.
the thing is
in my
with sleep
cupboard.
paralysis-
Is it bad that I'm honoured?
With sleep paralysis though, it's not necessarily a demon. It's whatever you're subconsciously thinking about. It's not necessarily a negative thing either, because there's people that have it often, and if you just stay calm while you're having it and think about something that's not scary, like a unicorn.
I think that
or
is why
something.
it does make sense that happened, because the whole reason that he was having this fucking the starter of it, you know, the one about him being mad in this spiritual journey, like getting
Yeah.
angry. Well, that's because when we were playing Minecraft on stream last night, you were running a right little pissy bitch and just getting mad at everything.
I
I'm
wasn't
like,
getting mad.
why didn't you stop being such a negative fuck and actually enjoy something
Was it
for
Bedrock
once?
Edition? Because that actually sucks.
It's basically the same. It's fine. I played on it last night with him. It's fine.
But no, I got up and I was like, I really hope Jake's not mad at me. Like, I really hope that like he didn't really need me for something.
Yeah.
But
You
because
just go outside and he's burning on a cross.
yeah, Jake's just been on across like, oh my god, what did he need me for?
The thing is, as well, though, it could. I think you were just dreaming, but I could have been sleepwalking.
You've done that before. Well, I've
Like years. I haven't sleepwalked while you've been here.
Well, you drunk sleepwalked when I was here.
No.
You got down off the bed, wrapped in a blanket, and said, "Shh, don't shit in the library." And then got
Yeah, that's
back
me
in bed.
fucking with you. I remember that. I did that.
Mm.
That I was just
Well,
fucking.
it
with
fucks with me.
you. Yeah, that was good. It works. But I did sleepwalk as a kid a few times. So maybe, but I've
Yeah,
not done
I
it
used
in
to
like
sleep-
over 10 years.
I used to
So-
sleepwalk really bad. Like my parents had to leave up like a barrier thing on the staircase because
Yeah.
when I was younger, I used to just boop, 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 and like fall down the stairs because I used to just walk to the edge of the stairs, not know what stairs were, and then just like step out and miss and just fall down.
I remember one dream story I've got of when I was sleepwalking once was I still had, it weren't this bunk bed, 'cause I've got a bunk bed in my room, so it weren't this bunk bed, it was another one that I had before this one, and I got down from it and I went into my parents' room and they were like, because my stepdad sleeps closest to the door, so I like shaking him and made him wake up, and they both woke up and my mum went, what is it, what's the matter? And I went, can I have $1?
A daughter.
No, $1.
A dollar.
$1. And she went, what do you need $1 for? And I just went, it's not cheap to sleep. And then just walked back to bed. And just walked back to bed straight after that, and they both went, and just went back to sleep.
It's not cheap to sleep.
You should get that somewhere on you.
It's
That's
not cheap
brilliant.
to sleep.
That's a brilliant tattoo.
Oh my
That's
god!
fucking
Please
great.
get. It's not cheap to sleep.
I
somewhere.
also always used to sing in my sleep. Like, I'd be singing like pop songs, and like it didn't sound creepy or anything from what my mum said. I was just singing in my sleep.
It's not cheap to sleep with the S as a $sign. That'd be
Oh,
good.
oh shit.
That sounds awesome.
It's not cheap to
Why would
sleep.
you sing in your that'd creep me out? Even like
No, but from what my mum was saying, it weren't really creepy. It just sounded like someone drunk singing like Katy Perry or something.
He's just laying in his bed going.
I weren't like.
jeans.
Boots,
boots and a
Yeah, it
and
would
then
be stuff like
UMG
that.
claims
It weren't like I was sat in there going, "Too sweet sound like what they have," or like tiptoe through the window. It weren't anything creepy like that. It was just like fucking, I don't know.
What would they have done
Sardines,
if you walked
like a
to
melody.
the edge of their bedroom, dead stared them in the eye, like completely naked, and just went tiptoe through the window? It's just like.
Well, I did scare my mum once. I wasn't sleepwalking, but when
It's
I was
like a horror film moment. She turns around in like the dark like hallway, and you're just like out of face. What the fuck?
It's just like in her face, and like she's like waiting for you to say something, and you just go. Needless to say, acupuncture. She was so bad.
I did scare my mum once when she was in bed, but it was Christmas Day, and she'd left me stocking stuff in my room, and one of the things that she'd got in it for me was one of them, them joke like glasses, nose, moustache, disguise thing. So I just went and I was gonna go and like wake him up, but I went and because I was small enough to be head height with them like laid down.
Oh no, that's worse. You roll over and you just
yeah, I know. And she was there, like, and she was face to me, and I was gonna like shake to wake her up, but she just happened to wake up.
Oh
before
no!
I was about to do that, and I was stood there,
Fucking Groucho, man.
and she went. Rah! So yeah, I've done that before.
Who's this stranger in my house? Like it takes. I was like, oh Jake.
tiny itty weeny little hobbit man, just like
Fucking weird Groucho man. It's just like, hello, I'm here for your plumbing.
have you seen my brother Luigi?
What have you done with your lucid dreaming then before? Because I've not really got into it much. Whenever I do it, I always like I've gone, oh sick, and then I'm like, I want a beer. I'll just sit and chill.
I used to take it pretty seriously. Like I had that sounds.
Of course you do. You never do anything without taking it like getting too in depth. You like just take it too far and everyone gets mad at you. 'Cause it's annoying.
It was good fun. Well, it lasted, and then because I haven't done it in a while, it's just like I find it really hard to do it now. But I used to keep a dream journal because that's a big thing. Because usually things show up in all of your dreams that if you notice them, then it kind of like triggers that. Oh, I'm in a dream.
I've just done it a few times by accident.
Mine was blue eggs.
Blue eggs.
Like fried eggs, but with the yolk blue. Like I'd see that in all my dreams.
He'd have his daily meal of green eggs and ham, and he wouldn't eat them. Sam, I am.
So I still remember these, like some of these dreams. There was one dream where I was in a kind of.
Please tell me you had a dream where Danny DeVito hands you a blue egg and says, "Would you like an egg in this trying time?"
No. But is that Danny DeVito on the wall?
Yeah, I've got a signed photo of Danny DeVito in a gold frame on my wall.
That's brilliant. I just watched Twins actually, and he's looks tiny next to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, he's tiny anyway.
He's
very small.
But it was when he still had hair. But
yeah.
So like it was in this kind of turquoise coloured house. It looked like from a Dr. Seuss book. It was like rickety and like wooden and shit. And there was nothing around. It was just this house. But I remember going downstairs and I can't remember who it was. It was this woman. I don't know. I could see the back of her head. And she was cooking fried eggs, but they were blue. And that was the first time that I went lucid because I knew I'd like seen that happen. And then I saw them, and my brain must have gone, "Oh shit!" And then I realised I was in a dream. But then I fell over backwards and hit the floor, and it felt like I was going into war. And I woke up, which is like the whole Inception thing.
Yeah.
After waking up from that dream, I went, "They were right." It's like the first instinct to wake up was be like, holy shit, Leonardo DiCaprio was right.
he himself, not the writers.
He did all the research.
It was just him. But then there was this other one I was on a skateboard. I don't even skateboard, so I don't know why I was on a skateboard in Paris.
Paris, France.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
But I was only going around the Eiffel Tower, and I remember these like...
That's the only bit of Paris that he knows that.
Probably. Well, it's the only bit I've been to, so like, it's the only bit. But...
He got off
Your
the plane.
plane crashed.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he got off the plane next to the Eiffel Tower, went, oh, and then got back on.
And that bit wasn't a dream.
No, the only bit in Paris that I really like visited that I remember like well. But around the bottom of the Eiffel Tower was...
Because he's also got short-term memory loss.
Do you know those things that they put, they have walkways and they have like the metal arches? Like the metal tunnels of just
I've never
tubes.
been.
No, not in Paris, this is just in general.
They've done it. They have like one in Sheffield or something.
And they have like vines and plants growing over them and it makes like a tunnel of like plants. They have it like
I know
gardens
what
and
you
shit.
mean,
And I was going through one of those on
I
the
think they have one in
skateboard,
Sheffield, don't they?
and
Yeah.
I went lucid because I saw like somebody eating fried
It
eggs.
sounds weird. It sounds like he's going full force, just like in the
He's going
iDubbbz
full-
documentary.
But I saw someone eating fried eggs, so I went like, I don't know why they're eating fried eggs. Just sat on the after hour eating fried eggs, but they were
Yeah.
blue, so my brain went, oh shit, like that. And I went lucid, stupidly on a skateboard, fell off it, hit the ground, woke up into sleep paralysis. But
Fucking hell.
this was what I thought was sleep paralysis. It was actually just another layer of my dream. So
Oh,
I had to
fuck.
woke it
Yeah.
up.
That's
So-
terrifying.
So
Yeah.
like, but after this, so I was laying.
I like to imagine that you woke up into what you thought was like you're awake, but it was actually like another bit of your dream. You're like, oh god, I best go and have my blue eggs then.
It's just like it's like the red pill. It's like you just go to a phone box instead of like calling up to go in the Matrix.
You
I
start
just like,
cutting your blue eggs and go, wait a minute.
but I woke. I was
What do you
facing.
think, Mama T-Rex? Is this a dream? Probably, yeah, it's alright.
I was facing the wall in my bedroom, so my bed's against the wall. I was facing the wall, and the door is on the wall behind where I'm facing. So I heard the door go and like open up, and I was like, because I tried to move and I didn't move, and I've had sleep paralysis before, so I was like, oh, it's just sleep paralysis. I'll just get this fucking over and done with, so I can wake up. And then I heard like.
Fucking hell, I'm
As it,
really
like,
scared.
Walks into the bedroom because I couldn't see, because in sleep paralysis you can't like turn your head or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So I was finding it really hard to breathe because that's usually what happens in sleep paralysis. So I was like choking a little bit, and this like thing's walking in, and I was like, you know, like taking like shallow
Yeah.
breaths. And then this is probably why horror films don't scare me, because this shit just happens to me. But like I felt something. It's like it stopped walking. And I felt it was weird because it was so real, because by my door is a stack of like Xbox games, like original Xbox PS2 games. And it's in a creaky plastic like shelf thing. And when people walk into the room, it moves the floor and that like creaks, and I know that sound.
Yeah, you'll just be subconscious of it. So
I know.
It's just shoved it in your dreams.
But it's like, but it happened. I was like, oh shit, what if this isn't like sleep paralysis?
It's like, if that happened to me, someone had not opened my door right and I got pissed off at them.
You get up, you look at this fucking big Slenderman creature, you go,
And
Dude, can you shut that fucking door right?
And it sat on, well, whatever it was, never saw it because it was in the sleep paralysis, on the edge of the bed. You know when someone sits on the edge of a mattress and it like tilts up like that? So like tilted.
Could you get a sense of like how heavy this thing was?
It seemed pretty heavy. It was like a normal like man size, I guess.
Oof. I don't like that it was man size. I'm feeling like dog size.
No, it was like it was like a person. It felt like a
Oh.
person walked into the room and sat on the edge of the bed.
I don't know why I was picturing like a demodog from.
No, it was like a
Stranger Things or
person.
something.
I'm literally getting chills. Like I feel cold
It's
now
fucking
talking about
terrifying.
it.
I'm thinking of like a sort of Demogorgon size.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like a heavy dog, like
See,
like
I'm
a
not
bit of
thinking
like a monster.
No, it had two
type
legs.
thing.
Yeah,
It
no,
walked
I'm
on two
thinking
legs.
it's got two legs, but I'm thinking it's like slow and lumbering and like.
Well, that's what I mean. But it was slow, but that's because it knew.
Yeah.
It was like
It wasn't
But
slow. It was taking its time with what it was doing. It
Yeah.
wasn't slow because that's how it moves.
Yeah,
So
But
it
it
didn't
was-
feel that heavy then.
it like no like I don't know how to describe it. Someone we know, like Dan Watson sized.
Fucking hell!
Oh,
I don't want. I don't want
really heavy then.
Jesus,
dog.
I don't want fucking Dan
Like-
Watson
like-
coming for
like-
me.
So just normal heavy then, like just a normal person.
Yeah, like general man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't tell
so
you
not
the
that
height.
heavy then. So just like
It's-
normal.
You got visited by the average man. You just turn around, got a briefcase and a suit, and it's like, "Hello, have you done your taxes?"
Not the taxes.
But well, yeah, but that's scary because there's someone walking in your room you don't know whether it looked like a man.
Could
or
have just
like
been
if
your
I
dad
turned
or
around.
anything, couldn't it? But
Yeah. Could have been your dad just like
you
rubbing
know,
your leg going.
the scary
"You're
part is
looking
that you
really
don't know.
good."
But it wasn't my dad because my dad walks with a limp. Like I know that.
Well, your mum then.
My mum would have fallen through. No, I'm joking.
Mum's not that heavy either.
No,
She's-
it wasn't. I know what my mum sounds like when she walks. It's weird. You know what your parents sound like when
I
they
suppose,
walk.
yeah.
You know what their walking pattern was, and this was like a thump, thump, thump.
Yeah.
So not even really a natural walking pattern either for a normal person.
No, it was like thump. It started off fast and then slowed down. Then like there was 2 more steps, and then it slowed down, and then I heard it like pivot, like on its foot. You know, like on the carpet. 1 more thump.
So walking backwards.
I'm gonna.
No. So it got to the edge of the bed and it
Alright,
turned.
tell me what it did.
Oh.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and.
Oh,
I'm gonna try
it's
and do it.
actually scaring shit out of me. This, you know.
Go on. What did it do?
So it like went. It just normal
So it's
walk
like-
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't knock like. Oh,
I'm not.
shit.
I'm not. I'm just trying to go heavy so the mic
and then
can
it
pick
did
it
like
up.
a fast
The mic will
two-step,
definitely pick it up.
and then it like did one more. It turned. It like pivoted on its foot.
So it like went.
Yeah, and then one more step as it stepped backwards, and then it sat on the edge of the bed slowly.
Yeah.
It didn't make a sound in the sense that you could hear the mattress like compress.
Yeah.
And the
So,
covers
I wonder if this.
Yeah, it
I
was
want like a. You
Yeah,
can't
like
really hear it.
something
Yeah.
like
You do realise if you make any, like, you can be as quiet as you want if you're that close to that mic, it's gonna fucking peak.
But it like
No.
it sat on the edge of the bed and it like pulled all the covers down because I felt it like tighten the covers up.
Yeah.
And then it leaned over because I felt it like slide up the bed. Well, not slide up the bed, but lay onto the bed next to me. It put something round me. I don't know whether it was an arm because I couldn't see it.
Putting you in its bag of children.
So it were like something just coming and cuddling you.
Yeah, like spooning me. But it like put its arm
You were
around
laid
me
on your back.
on my side, facing the wall.
Oh.
So it laid down
fucking
next to
hell.
me and put
That's
like
worse somehow.
I felt it like put its arm or something on me because I felt like a like a thin line of compression on my side, and then it just went and started breathing down my neck.
Did it feel like human, just normal breathing?
No, because it was like hot and like
human breath's hot.
like wet, but it was like hot and wet.
Would you say like horse kind of?
Yeah,
Helena
like
breathes
an
hot and
animal, like
Like
something
some sort of
animal. It was
animal
like
creature.
slobbery and like its mouth. Like it didn't feel like it was breathing.
Kind of like when a horse, like...
Yeah, like
Goes
a
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
of like a hard like thing.
Fucking
And
good.
then-
So it was a demagogue.
Yeah, but it was fucking scary. Like that is the most scared I've ever been in my life. That's probably why horror films, as I said, don't really. That thing doesn't happen because there's nothing physical.
To be honest,
about it.
that's why I think you should be more scared of Hereditary, because it doesn't do anything like that. You see everything that's going on, so it's like, I can see everything that's happening. It's horrible.
I don't think that would have been as scary if I'd seen it.
But that's also why I think you should find Hereditary more scary, because, well, at least the first bit of it is way more grounded in reality. The reason why it's so scary, it's just unsettling and uncomfortable because everyone's just being weird.
Yeah, no, see, I don't find Hereditary scary, but I do find it brilliant to watch. It's really well
It's
done.
really unsettling.
Yeah, unsettling.
Yeah, and that's the type of being scared.
Well, okay, but I get my like after that happening, my like base level of scared is like.
There's no moment in that film which is a scare.
Yeah, which is good. I hate those like she like scared bits because the crap because you get used to them.
The best scare that we witnessed in that was when when she's like up in corner like a Spider Woman.
Oh
fucking
yeah.
hell, honestly.
Because I knew that were there because I'd
Yeah.
already seen it when watching it with Judd, and I knew he'd not seen it yet, and I was just sort of waiting to see what he did when he saw it because when I first saw it, I didn't have like a shock reaction. I just went telling her she's up there, but Judd went. Ah! Like, legit screamed in horror.
Yeah, because it's so drawn out and it's like this is what's happening.
The
And
soundtrack's really good as well. It's like.
Yeah, and
there's
it's like
there's no point in that where it goes. Doom.
yeah,
No,
there's nothing
it's
like
all
that.
like.
Yeah, and
like that, like
long lines.
yeah.
and it's like because the camera this guy walking into like the main room. I'm not gonna say why, but like the camera sort of like focuses on his face, and the camera sort of pans up as he's looking down at something, so it's kind of following his face, but in the background. At the top in the corner.
Yeah, and it doesn't like
It's this
pan to
woman,
show
like-
you her or anything.
No,
It's all focused on him.
It's not saying I'm panning to show you the woman. It's saying I'm panning to show you the guy's face. There's a creepy Spider Woman in the top right hand corner.
But it does that
So-
like a few times really well.
Yeah.
Where there's like when he first goes up into attic and starts walking over to where them candles of where his like grandma's body was.
Spoilers.
There's a naked woman in background.
Oh yeah.
Just stood there.
I didn't see her. Jake's like, watch your back. I'm like,
I had to point
like
her out.
there's so many bits in it where it's just there's someone there and you might not even see it.
And most horror films wouldn't even risk people missing a scare.
Yeah.
Like, if I hadn't told you, you'd have missed that.
I would have missed that scare.
But see, I prefer things like that because, like, when you see it, you go, "Oh, I shouldn't have seen that."
Oh, it's way better. It's that whole. It's quite an old meme of when you see it, you'll shit bricks. You remember that from like years and years ago.
Yeah, like
and,
when
and
you
they
see
use
it.
that loads of times. Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant. The scariest bit for me was when there's all that when she wakes up because there's like ants on her pillow, and she wakes up and she goes into the son's room and all ants are like coming out of his mouth and that. Not that bit, but then he goes, "Mom," and she's like. And like, because obviously she's been sleepwalking, because that's what she does.
There,
Yeah, and she starts saying, I never wanted you or something to him, and she like blurts it out. She's like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
And that's a dream.
And it is a dream, but it's like sort of they're getting a bit more heated in what they're saying. There's no music, not that heated, and then it keeps swapping between them in a wide shot every so often in a pretty random pattern. And on one of the shots where it goes on to the lad, he's like quite wet on his head, and the next shot that she's soaked as well, and then and then a matchlight. Somebody's like, "Oh my god!" It's because she did when she talked about the paint thinner when she were sleepwalking earlier on. If you've not seen Hereditary, watch it. It's
we should have done a spoiler alert.
Well,
before.
yeah,
it just did a little one.
Spoiler alert.
No one listens anyway. It doesn't make sense. The plot doesn't quite make sense. After watching it a second time, some bits that I didn't think make sense do, but it still doesn't make it make sense overall, the plot. But as a horror experience, it's good. It's probably best.
There's some brilliant camera angles and cinematography as well.
Yeah.
That first shot of the doll's house, and it
leads
into the doll's house.
Yeah.
You can't even see where it stops being a doll's house and starts becoming live action. They set the room out so well.
That's because I don't think they did cut between, because they made that entire house as sets as well.
Yeah. So
I think the set is masked out.
Yeah, I think it probably switches way earlier than you think. Like not.
No, I think it's green screened and masked in.
I was just going to say, is it green screened and then it follows it in?
I think they did a tracking shot zooming in with on a doll's house, but that room is green.
Yeah.
And they masked out the set and put the set on it.
See, that's what I was going to say, because I was going to say if I didn't know that the whole thing was like set rooms and stuff like that, that if they'd done that, they would have masked that out and put that in, but maybe that room was a different room to the ones they used in the other scenes, because it's slightly...
It does look a bit different.
It's slightly wider and more rectangle.
Yeah.
And then when it pans in...
Well, it is technically a different room, isn't it? Because they just recreated the house.
Yeah.
They had the house as well.
Yeah, but what I mean is that room for that shot might have been slightly different from that room in the other shots. And then once it pans in and it does the close-ups on the people, then they use the other set or something like that, maybe.
Well, that's like I said.
That's
what
my sleep paralysis story.
I thought you were done.
No.
Oh, fuck.
There's more.
So I wake up from that sleep paralysis.
Yeah, but did you?
Well, no. The thing is that wasn't sleep paralysis.
It was a dream.
I was still in the fucking dream. So I wake up from that sleep paralysis, air quotes, and I wake up on my bed, but laying on the other fucking side. So
I did that! I was upside down when I woke up from a spiritual adventure. Maybe there's some shit to that. Because for some reason I'd completely
You need to do an Adventure Time poster with his face on Jason. It's just spiritual Adventure Time.
Because I'd completely turned around and I was sleeping on the other side. That's when I woke up. I was like,
oh wait, you mean like lengthways?
Yeah.
Oh, do you just mean your other side?
I'm turned on the other side, so instead of facing the wall, I'm facing the door.
That's what I meant.
Oh, no, you don't, Judd. You're just thick.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking of the layout's different.
You better not fucking do this while I have to sleep in the same room as you.
That's the bed. Look.
There's me just laying there, and every time I open my eyes, you're like on your head.
So you know the bed's lengthways? You were facing that way, and when you woke up, you were facing that way.
Right.
You're saying you slept that way, but you woke up that way.
Yeah.
Which... That's weird as well.
It's weird, yeah, but
it threw me off because like all I did was open my eyes and suddenly I'm on the other side, like rolled over onto the side. Because usually you have to like move and you can feel you moving, but I like teleported and it was weird.
Sometimes I get that.
Yeah, that is weird.
Sometimes I just teleport.
You know when you're falling asleep, or as you're falling asleep, you start to close your eyes and then you fall off and you get that like whoosh like feeling, and then you open your eyes. Do you not get that?
Yeah. Often I get it not when I'm like about to fall asleep, like when I'm asleep. Sometimes
I get it like. Yeah, I get that like when I'm falling asleep and then I like... Wait.
Yeah, it happens then as well.
Yeah, it's weird. But anyway, I couldn't move, so I was like,
not again. I've just done this once already.
Yeah. So I was trying to like connect the dots because I remembered, because obviously this time in sleep paralysis, I could remember the other two things. In the first sleep paralysis, because I was still in the dream,
you couldn't remember
the last one.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just woken up and then I was in sleep paralysis and everything was fine. But this time I could remember the sleep paralysis before and in the dream as well. So I was thinking, what if I'm stuck? My first thing was like, oh shit, this is the second time this has happened. What happens if I wake up from this is like the third time, the fourth time? This is just where I live now. This is brilliant. But this time...
It's not brilliant. Why would you want to live in sleep paralysis?
The hallway light was on. Like the landing light outside my room was on, which is weird because the landing light's never on unless people. Usually by the time people have woke up, it's light, so we never have that on, and we never have it on overnight because we've got like a tiny little like mirror light in the bathroom, so no one turns the landing light on to walk to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So that was weird because that never happened. So I was like, something's a bit fishy about this. And also the light from the hallways, we've got LED like fluorescent thingies. It's white light. It was red, which was weird because the hallway's grey, so it wasn't even reflecting off the carpet or the paint or anything like that. I was like, oh, it's some kind of fucking hell dimension now. This is all brilliant shit. but something like, I could see it this time. It was a black man sized.
Ooh, careful.
No, as in like...
Careful.
It was black and it was man-sized. It
Yeah.
wasn't a black man-sized.
No, it wasn't
It wasn't a man-sized black man.
Idris Elba just walked into him.
He just like put his hand and was like, it's alright now. He's like, I feel fucking great. Idris Elba's here.
But it was like a silhouette. Because the light was behind. I couldn't see... It was like a black silhouette.
Yeah.
And it had... Like, it looked like dreadlock hair.
Yeah.
So it was a black man.
It was a black man.
No, because white people can have dreadlocks too. They're just like shit.
Hashtag not all black.
Yeah.
But it was like, it wasn't like dreadlocks. It was just like little pipes. Like pipey things.
Creepy as
Hold on.
fuck.
Wait.
You have to find a picture of something that looks like it. But you know like Medusa's snake hair?
Yeah.
Like that type of deal where it's not like an afro. Like you can see the individual things. But it was like little, like this big. Like.
Did it look like Osmosis Jones?
Well, no, the Osmosis
the
Jones bad guy.
Osmosis Jones.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me go on.
Is this?
It's like. Oh yes, whatever. Yahoo. Fine.
Why are you on Yahoo?
I don't know. I just never figured. With like this, because that's got like a.
A bit like cornrows, but like that sprayed
No,
out.
it wasn't
like
really
KSI's hair.
Yeah, like braids, but they weren't like down
They
the
were kind
head.
of
They were
out.
like out, like you know, like little kids draw hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that, but it was just a black silhouette, and the red light was like round it,
Yeah.
and it had like yellow eyes, but they weren't like eyes. They were
Yeah.
just dots. You know, like LEDs. If you shine them in the dark, it's just like that tiny little point, and then it's like a thing coming out. They're not lasers, just a little point of like light that were yellow. That was weird, so I was like, oh, fuck shit. Like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, and it opened the door, like, again.
Yeah.
Like, the steps into the room. The steps were exactly the same as the other thing.
It was the same thing.
Yeah.
It was the same
like,
thing.
exactly. Oh, shit,
And-
yeah, maybe.
And he came and gave you a little hug.
No, not this time. This time, he like, the same steps, he walked it, like, creaked up, and the plastic thing made a creak again, which always, like, freaks me out every time that happens, because that's, like, something that wouldn't happen in any
If
other
we all end up
situation.
having sleep paralysis and weird dreams tonight, I'm gonna be pissed off.
But we need to watch horror films before we go to bed, it'll be fine.
Should we watch
Hereditary again?
You know, if you watch it enough, does it become, like, less of a... like, you start to not think about it? Or if you
I don't
watch
think
it...
so.
Or if you watch it too many times, then it just gets burned.
I feel like
into-
Hereditary would be the opposite. Because you know, if you watch a traditional horror film, it gets worse each time, doesn't it? Because it's all sort of surprising and suspense, and you know when things are coming. Whereas with Hereditary, that's not the point. It's all just makes you feel just not nice. Both times I've watched it, I've just felt a bit sick afterwards. Like I just felt like a bit.
That
I just
I've ever felt
bad.
a little bit sick after was 128 hours, and I was eating spaghetti.
It's 127 hours.
127 hours of like, because I was eating spaghetti.
That
bolognese
extra hour would
while
be too
I
much.
because I was eating spaghetti bolognese while watching it, and it just made me feel a bit weird.
No, we both said, and Helen has said, everyone other than this freak over here said that after watching it, it felt just a bit queasy, like, ugh, I just don't feel nice.
No, I don't feel.
But anyway, carry on with your weird
films don't really
fucking
impact me like that.
dread eyes, yellow eyes, white dread man, black dread man.
I choose you!
Yeah. But he walked into the room exactly the same footsteps as last time, did the little spin around, step one step back, and sat on the edge of the bed. He was wearing like...
Is it he's not like looking at you all the time, he's doing this, or...
No,
Just
that
normal
was
sort of walking in
that
and-
was weirder, because he wasn't looking at me. He opened the door and
I don't
looked.
know, I think it'd be more unsettling if you were constantly
If you
making
were
eye
just like-
contact, like his neck's like...
No,
that would
wait
be
for it. I'm
way
getting
weirder.
shivers here. Wait for it. Wait for it. he walks into the room staring past me. So I'm
Oh,
laying in the
actually,
bed.
sorry. That's all the time we've got for this podcast. So, oh, no.
You'll have to find out step 2 of my the last 2 steps of my life.
It's the 7 rings of hell. I'm only 2 rings in.
Yeah.
It's fine. Carry on.
What if this guy shows up again tonight? If I scream tonight,
But if
It's
I
gonna
see
be
him as well, that's even fucking worse.
We're both having weird, like, sleep paralysis. Going, ah!
Where did you do the exact scream that Sonic makes in the Sonic movie trailer? Meow!
Wouldn't it freak you out if
I might put a camera on you both all
if-
night just in case.
if we rolled over and we like saw him come into
And
the
we
room?
kiss, you know, because
You both see him and go, can you see that? And
Yo,
you're like,
yes!
Yeah.
Oh,
Then he's real.
yeah. Or it'd be weirder if we didn't see anything and then you look on the camera and he stood there staring at the camera. I'd be out.
That's where he's staring off. He's not staring at
really-
us. He's staring at the camera.
Yeah.
I really want to put a camera in your room, just because obviously that's not real. It's sleep paralysis, but I want to see like either of your actions if you have sleep paralysis. I want to see what happens.
You don't see it. You just kind of lay there like they filmed it before. You don't do anything because you're still half asleep. So
I'm
literally,
gonna look up some videos of it just to see
literally,
like,
you
what
have
happens.
you have your eyes open because
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see what the faces are doing. I want to see like a close up.
You're in the room, so like your eyes are open, but there's still too much melatonin in your system. So it's not a dream. It's a hallucination.
That's what I'm gonna say. You're not actually dreaming in sleep paralysis.
You're
You're
hallucinating.
seeing the real world.
But
it's
with
like
that
it's like
in it.
AR. You know when you like play Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah,
it's like
it's like that, which is even fucking weirder because everything's right.
yeah.
Which is what fucks you up because everything's as
It's
it is.
perfect.
It's perfect.
There's not weird dreamy things where you can be like.
It is the real world just with that fucked up shit in it.
Yeah.
But no, he's staring off past me, looking like towards the wall behind me. His head moves with his shoulders, so when he walks into the room and does like a little like thing to get to the bed, his head
Is it almost snake-like? Like it's all part of that one.
It's kind of like he can't turn his neck.
Like
He's
he
like
can't-
Batman, where it's like
where his head like moves with it, which makes me think he's
Yeah.
like a robot or something, or maybe the AI wasn't sophisticated enough in my dream.
it was just a placeholder texture.
Yeah, just a placeholder
It's
text.
just a big error text.
Yeah, I turn on the light, it's just an error texture. It's like
That's fucking scary.
Gary's mod scares.
No, I didn't install the texture pack correctly.
I don't have Half-Life installed here. But it's like he walks in, he sits on the edge of the bed, does exactly the same thing, and then his head just like snaps, like, and there's like a break noise in his neck, and he looks at me. And at this
That
point-
reminds me of Hereditary, where she's stood there and her head falls off and turns.
Oh,
into a
that's
ball.
fucking brilliant.
So that is a beautiful shot.
It's
yeah.
great, but he's like, like a neck breaking sound. If you watch like a video of someone
Yeah.
like
The fucking-
slaughtering
the-
cattle or something like that, it's like a crunch.
You know those
Why
videos.
do you watch videos of slaughtering cows
Just
by
thought I'd drop that
snapping
one
their
in there.
necks?
No, but
That's
it's like
not
that.
even the best way to do it. That's just monstrous.
I tell you what, you'd have to be fucking strong to just grab a cow's neck and just snap it
Or
like
like when you've seen videos of people like on live.
I've seen it
like,
in
falling
films.
over and,
I've
like,
seen it in films.
it's
That's as much
worse.
as I've got.
Yeah, it's if you watch a video on live leak of this person breakdancing and her neck just like snaps and she dies.
You
it's just
fucking. There's
horrible.
no wonder you get these weird fucking dreams and sort of stuff you.
But it like it's like that crunch noise and his neck just like
Yeah.
it doesn't turn. It like
it like
snaps and like teleports to the side,
Yeah.
and then that's it. That's for like 3 minutes. He's just sat on the edge of the bed breathing, looking at me.
3 minutes.
Well, because dreams
Felt
don't
like it.
really.
Could have been like 20
It could have
seconds.
been like 20 minutes. Or 20 seconds, but it felt like a long time. Like I was sat there, like it got like the initial shock of it, and then you're
Yeah.
freaking out, but then nothing happens, and you kind of like, oh, okay, right, just gonna write this one out until I wake up, and it felt like a while.
And
like,
what's the wake up like? Like because
You just
obviously
wake up.
you've woken up already, because you're seeing what's there. So does it just go and then you're like, oh,
No, it feels like you're waking up because I think what you do is you're like, there's the shock of it and all the like things leaving your system, so you like go and like close your eyes and then open them again. And like,
Right.
there's like a shock. Like
do you know that, like, do you sort of see any of the closing your eyes and opening?
no,
Or?
it's kind of like because it's really fast. And you know when you're falling asleep and you get that like falling feeling. Yeah, it's like that. You feel like there's like a weird thing going on, then you wake up and
Then you spin your spinning top.
just
and
to
then
check.
to see if it's
Yeah,
real.
and then I wake. No, I'm joking.
You wake up another time. There's about 20 layers to this. It
Yeah.
might take a few hours.
You eat your green eggs and ham.
I think if that happened again, then that would have fucked with me because then I would have actually thought I would have been stuck in this like weird purgatory bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, brilliant. That's a podcast, though. That is enough time for a podcast because we've got to go and have tea. We've got some blue eggs. So
happy sleep paralysis, people. Sleep paralysis awareness week.
Right.
This would have been awesome for like a Halloween episode.
It would, but we're not that organised. So
wait, it's not Halloween. Shit.
I'm lucid dreaming.
Oh, fuck.
Just Count Dracula walks in and goes blah blah blah.
Right, what is this? A crossover
What do you think,
event?
Dracula?
Okay, right. Ending podcast now. Goodbye.